We want to introduce you what is going to happen in the house during the week, but also we are going to talk a little bit about social innovation and Catalyst Now. So I think it's a good idea to take a seat, especially because we were up the last session. So as you know, Catalyst Now was created in 2019 by a group of 50 or so social entrepreneurs, following the vision of our co-founder, Jeru Bilimoria, who has been the incredible visionary of this movement, but also a friend and a mentor of many of us. And the group was growing very fast. And this year, we reached 5,500 members in 146 countries around the world. And our fantastic members are doing collaborations and impacting in every single corner of the world. And we realized that many things are happening that we were not seeing. You know, we already know how to solve some of the most pressing problems. They are examples of what is happening. And one of the most important things that we learn is it's not going to happen if we don't learn how to collaborate. And not only how to collaborate between social entrepreneurs, how to collaborate also with governments, also with institutions, with humanitarian aid organizations, private companies, with the communities and the community leaders. So that is the spirit behind Catalyst Now, is how we learn how to do cross-sectorial collaboration, how we can solve the problems of the community, but working with the community. One of the things that we learn is when the solution came from the communities, they are sustainable. It doesn't make sense for me to tell anyone what they need to do in their country. You know, I don't live there. And in the moment that I'm going to go, things are going to be like it was before. So if we remember that systems are made by people, what we need to help is in how we can do that work for people to change, and the system will change. So that is the soul behind this movement. It's an incredible movement of people that put hours and hours of voluntary work, hours and hours of creativity and innovation to create these cross-sectorial collaborations. And in the last year, we had 125 collaborations live around the world. So that is the spirit. That's why we are creating and proposing this social innovation house to share and to bring the experience of all our members around the world. Fredrik.
It is indeed. And it's a simple idea, right? I'm just reiterating in different language, but is the challenging issues of the world are all systemic problems. And the notion that one enterprise, one innovation, one policy could address them, well, it's not quite worked out very well. Right? And so that core idea was, what if we were much better at working together across silos, breaking them down? Now, that's not a new idea. We didn't come up with this, right? This has been around for a long time. But as we know, execution is everything, right? To scale from the 200 organizations that were here when we launched in Davos in 2020, because that was the formal launch, right, to 3,700 organizations today, means we got something right. Right? But now the challenge is we have shown that we can go wide, and the dynamic and the organic growth for that is extraordinary. Now our next challenge is, can we go deep? And key to going deep is this notion of social innovation. Social innovation being something that goes just one step really beyond social entrepreneurship, because it's something anyone can do, irrespective of the type of organization. Right? So social entrepreneurship, a notion coined by Ashoka, right, as the mother organization of this movement, and then taken on by many others, is an incredibly powerful notion. And yet, again, predicated on the notion of scaling individual brilliant initiatives. And social innovation doesn't mean that it's limited to organizations that identify themselves as social enterprises. It can be done in the public sector, by nonprofits, by government, foundations, universities, right? And obviously by social enterprises and people in the community.
Private companies too.
And private companies, right? And so with the Social Innovation House, right, which we are so thrilled. It was not an easy journey to get this to happen. we have someone we owe huge thanks to. First, Giroux, of course, because she's the instigator of these things, but it's Davos Works, who made this house possible for us. We still had to raise the money, so it wasn't cheap, it wasn't easy. But the whole idea here is to raise the profile of social innovation and then to showcase significant cross-sectoral collaborations and to catalyze new ones. And so the success of this house is not going to be measured by how many social entrepreneurs we bring to Davos, because Davos is not exactly the most inclusive setting in the world. We know that, right? The cost of coming here is a little bit on the high side. So we can never bring thousands of people here. But we'll bring a solid number of people. We're hearing really nice feedback on the quality of our program. That's good. But the real thing is, are we able to showcase and catalyze, right? Significant collaborations, and because it's Davos, with the private sector.
Exactly. And to do that, we're going to show you what our members are doing. I'm not going to spot anyone, but there are examples here that are truly incredible. And I'm going to share, I know Tyler is here and someplace in the room, but the first time that I heard about Pittsburgh, it was an industrial city that when they lost their companies, they go broken. You know, it was full of poverty, climate issue. It was called the Smoky City of US. After the work of the cross-sector collaborations that the Pittsburgh Learning Ecosystem has been doing in the last 20 years, is one of the most innovative hubs of technologies and climate and culture and education in the world. They changed their city in 20 years, working together, the families, the city council, the companies, the children, the teachers, everyone was involved in the process of rebuilding that city. And that is just one example. We have many of them. We have also examples of successful collaborations with governments. There is in the room one of the co-creators of Colombia, Cuida Colombia, and Maria Jose and the group of our members in Colombia managed to change the law in our country to allow the social enterprise and allow the social entrepreneurs to have benefits and to be able to have more impact thanks to the tax reduction. So many things are happening around the world, and this week we choose an example of all these initiatives, and you're going to hear from them. But we also have in this room the most innovative companies that has been supporting us and working with us. And one of the most beautiful things of this journey, not easy, that put together the house, was listen from this representative of the private companies, how we can learn, how we can integrate this. Because as soon as they integrate in, the things change. In May, when we were starting the conversations for doing a series of Catalyst collaborations, one of the collaborations that emerged was with companies. When we were in the process of creating such an innovation house, they let us know that they integrate a change in their policy that is affecting 200,000 people across Latin America and Africa, and is reducing the time that people work, increasing the well-being programs in the company, and adapting the things that they are doing to be sustainable and to have less impact possible. And that is just one company, 200,000 people. Imagine what we can do if we invite all the companies that we know and all the people that we know to join together and to collaborate in these initiatives. So Social Innovation House is about to start. The first examples that you're going to hear are regional initiatives, which are amazing. What Africa Forward has done, what Minamara has done, what Latin America Avanza is creating is truly, really changing. And we have new initiatives like Asian Racing, but also some other pathway that we are creating in Oceania. And you will hear from them. And then after that, we have a set of incredible sessions with the people that is changing cities, changing the way we fund our work. Because one of the crucial things of this new social innovation is the co-creation is also co-responsibility. And it's not just the funder, and it's not just the organization, it's everyone putting resources to make the things happen. And Tyler will tell you a little bit about that. Yeah? Perfect. And at the end of today, we will have a special feature of We Don't Do Charity documentary. I truly recommend you. And tomorrow, we have sessions on migrations, longevity, social procurement. We have also a full day of mental health, associated capital, AI, education. So please join us during the whole week because you will be very welcome in the Social Innovation House.
Including our audience online, right?
Exactly.
Because we're able to live stream. And we do try to role model co-creation, since it's co-leadership that's taking place here. We even get along, right? As you can tell, right? Yeah. And so this is a warm invitation to those of you who are not yet Catalyst members. Join us. It's not that complicated. But more important than joining is co-create, collaborate, right? Work with others.
Exactly. Before closing and invite our incredible representative of the regions, I want to thank the people that make this incredible house to happen. We already mentioned Jeru. We also mentioned Davos work, but I want to give thanks to our sponsors, Echo in Green, One Family Foundation, Ashoka, our ecosystem partner, the Real Mental Health Foundation, SAP, TPC, of course, that has their first session right before this. Also, Dalbert Foundation, Emirates Foundation, Bayer Foundation, Nestlé, Weber Shandik, our official partner on communication. Also, our friends from the WHO Foundation, sorry. And they are going to have an incredible session tomorrow. Convergence partner, and many others. Alan Orbin's Foundation from Africa, and many others that have been supporting us. But also to the people behind the work, the people that co-create the sessions, the house, the co-chairs of our Social Innovation Committee are here. Karen Spencer, say hi. Matt Ivisha was in some place. The members of our governing council. Faiz, Luis, Manok, Maria Jose, Jorge, everyone that works. Jackie, of course. You're sitting too close. I didn't see you. Because they were the people working with us all the time. And of course, a huge thanks to our team that doesn't have Christmas because they were creating the house, to the producers that were with us, and to the agencies that collaborate. And, you know, when you put a lot of people to work together, you know, and to share a vision, things happen, always happen. And that is the spirit behind the Social Innovation House. Let's make it happen now, because it's needed. So thank you so much for joining us. And I'm going to ask you to stay to enjoy our first sessions with our regional ecosystems, our regional collaborations. And Cheryl Dorsey will be our moderator in this session. So let's give it a few minutes for them to come. And we are ready to start. Thank you.